make a quick how-to video today on how to make a O2 bung for your exhaust, like a mount for it. Sometimes you have to put an O2 sensor in an exhaust that you made. You don't really have to, but I tried using an O2 simulator, didn't work. Tried rewiring it, didn't work. So I made myself a O2 mount for the exhaust pipe. Since it's such a close area and I can't weld very well in this small space that I have exhaust leaks and everything, so I have a solution to make your own for a fraction of the cost you see online. So we're going to go into what I use, the parts, stuff like that, and I'll show you what mine looks like. I already have it made, so I'll go into the car and show you what it looks like under the car. Real easy to do, and I think it cost me like maybe $10. I'm trying to think, 10, 15 bucks or so. So that's what we talk about today.
Let's go off when I enter the building.
Okay, so obviously what you need first is an O2 bung. You can get from any parts store. I actually had a friend of mine had one laying around, so he gave it to me. This is actually going to be used for when I do my new exhaust on the car. I'm going to use this, I'm going to weld it into the pipe. But for right now, you'll need this. Next you need a exhaust pipe. Probably have some laying around, do your own work. If not, get like a little adapter piece. You don't need it to be that big. This is actually too big, too long. Roughly the same diameter as your exhaust pipe is now. And you also need some exhaust gasket material, just like bulk material. This is the only thing I really didn't have laying around. This cost $7-8 at a parts store. So $7-8, it's like a couple bucks, and this is probably another couple bucks. It's not very expensive. But what you do is you take your bung, put it on your pipe where you want it to sit, and I draw like a circle around it, and you drill it out. And you can either make it so it fits inside the pipe, and you can weld it around here, or you can make it fit on top, depending on how big your pipe is. It might be better to drill a hole and sink it inside a little bit. I found it better to just drill the hole big enough to fit the O2 sensor into it, and then weld around here to fill all the gaps with weld. And when you're done welding all that together, you're going to take the pipe, you're going to cut it down like this. Okay? And that's going to give you half the pipe, so it'll be able to go onto your exhaust pipe you have now. I'll show you what mine looks like so you can get a better idea. But you're also going to need hose clamps. Stainless steel, it's going to get out of the car so you don't want it to rust out. So what you do is when you get all that together, O2 bungs in there, got your pipe cut, matches around the diameter of the exhaust fairly well. You're going to take your exhaust gasket material, put your pipe on there. You can bend this, no matter. What you're doing is going to be bent anyway. Bend it around it, try to get it to about the same size, and I just use scissors. And you cut a piece off that'll fit inside there. And then you take a drill, about the same size hole you need for your O2 sensor to go through. Drill through it, gasket and everything. And then you're ready to go into your car. Also, your exhaust pipe you have now, I use a hole saw. I don't remember the size off the top of my head. Depends on your O2 sensor. Most gas engines have about the same size hole. Just enough to fit that sensor into your exhaust system. So what you're going to do That's all together. Put your O2 sensor in there. You're all good. Then you go into the car where you have that hole. You drill for your O2 sensor. Place it on there. You're going to take that exhaust gas material that I have. Put it up there with the hole you cut in it. You take your hose clamps, go around your whole exhaust pipe and your adapter piece together. Just tighten the hose clamps down. It's going to hold that all together, and that gasket is going to seal it so you don't have an exhaust leak. Now I'll take you into the car and show you what I have. I already have it done, so I'll be able to show you what mine looks like. Show you some stuff that I learned along the way. So yeah, we'll do that right now. I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to hear me. My heater's going. It's nice and cold in my garage today. But right here, there's the O2 bung right here. It's been welded. It's brazed actually. But the O2 sensor goes in here into the exhaust pipe. I have these hose clamps here holding it all together. Also, you can see right here, there's the exhaust gasket material that's sealing it around the pipe. I've already started, checked it, and it's runs great. No leaks through here. But one thing I did do is you have this your O2 wire here. Make sure it's all tucked away from heat. You don't want that to short out. Also, make sure that where you're going to mount this is my downstream one. So I plugged it in up there to the harness, and I made sure that I wasn't too short from the harness, there wasn't too much wire, so I had enough to unplug it still, and I can also take this out and replace it if I need to. But I haven't really run the car, so I couldn't even tell you how well it is. Also, when you're mounting this, your O2 sensor, you want it to be obviously out of the way because your exhaust does move. You don't want it to bang into the side of the car. You also want to make sure that it's mounted straight into the pipe or above the halfway mark. Anything below this, you're going to get moisture into it, it's going to foul it out. So you don't want moisture to set in there. Also, in cold conditions, it could freeze up in there and it could destroy the O2 sensor, so you don't want to do that either. So I mounted mine horizontally into the pipe, but you can also go higher if you wanted, so it's all up to you. I just found it easier to drill a hole like this, because this is basically so you can't remove your exhaust system right now, so that's what's gonna hold it. Yes, I know I have wire ties holding mine up right now, but that's temporary. But yeah, this is how you do a little O2 adapter piece that you $20-$30 online. You can make it for under 15 bucks. So hopefully that helps you guys out, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Alarms go off when I enter the building.